How should you eat while you're studying for any examination or in general? This is one of those things that no one really teaches you in school, really discusses, but is super important. Just like a car, if you want to have a Formula One car, you want to fuel it with the top high octane fuel. You don't want to have you don't want to be just putting crap in there with ethanol. So same thing with studying. First things first, if you have a long day of studying ahead, you should avoid eating carbs at all costs because you're going to be falling asleep in an hour or a couple hours. It's going to just basically it's going to break down into sugars, and it's going to cause you to basically spike and crash your insulin. So one advice is you want to have more on higher protein foods, and it's actually good to have higher fat foods as well, but specifically omega-3 fatty acids. You don't want to have, like, obviously trans fats are just completely horrible for you, but you want to focus on foods that will fuel you. So when I say omega-3 fatty acids, so avocados are great. Salmon is great. I mean, I've talked to people before that if they don't have salmon every day, they just don't feel right. Blueberries are great. Dark chocolate is great. With caffeine, caffeine does dehydrate you, so you want to make sure that while you're drinking caffeine, it's similar to alcohol, you want to make sure that you have plenty of water to offset that. And I can't really say much about caffeine. I know I have to survive off of multiple cups of coffee, but I do find that if I balance it with water and hydration, I naturally end up kind of finding that right balance versus if I just purely drinking coffee, I end up dehydrating myself, and I end up drinking way more coffee than maybe I even need to if I don't offset it with water. So I'd say it's okay to use water and like pre-workout, maybe combine it with coffee just to keep yourself going. And also, this is not purely diet, but understand that you do need strategic breaks. I mean, it's like essentially like going to the gym. You can't just do bicep curls for an hour and a half. You can't just go down and sprint as fast as you can for an hour straight. So just be strategic and take multiple breaks. And it's okay to have a snack here and there while you're studying, but make sure it's a healthy snack. So it's okay if it's like grapes or something like that. I think blueberries are incredible because there's a lot of positive properties in them that do enhance your brain health. Think also nuts. They're high in fat, but with high in healthy fats. So make sure. So the main point being is that use caffeine as needed, but make sure you're not eating carbs before you're studying or before a big test. Make sure you're focusing on more protein, and it's okay to have higher in fat foods, but higher in healthy fats like omega-3s. And I mean, of course, there's omega-3 in fish oil supplements. But just keep that in mind because if you're not going to fuel yourself with the proper fuel, you're not going to be able to perform like a race car. You're going to be lumbering down the street. Some of these exams could mean the difference between having a job and not having a job. So or getting into whatever school you want to get into and not getting into there. So make sure that you try to optimize that as much as possible, and also. Make sure you're taking a break before you get exhausted when you're studying, because it's like if you feel like you're about to get sick, you can almost stop it if you go to the sauna and you drink hot tea with lemon and do stuff like that. Make sure you take care of yourself. Same thing with studying. You should be taking breaks before you're get exhausted, and that's the time when to have that snack. Maybe have that coffee with some blueberries, just to kind of that extra 5 minutes could extend your studying for another hour if you're strategic about it. So make sure you're really optimizing that, and I wish you the best of luck. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.